This is the MGTOW Infinium here with another Infinium Free Talk. This Infinium Free Talk is entitled Some Personal Observations. Now, my MGTOW brothers, as I travel along the MGTOW road, I have had some personal observations about women in terms of my journey, again, along the MGTOW road. And for this free talk, I will just have four observations that I have come up with. And without further delay, these are my four observations. Number one, there are double standards. What I mean by this, my brothers, is this. The other day I was listening to a content provider. I can't remember if it was Coach Greg Adams or someone else, but they had a woman on there who said it was okay to have hundreds of partners. So in essence, she was saying that it was okay to be run through. It was okay to have, I guess, a man a night, so to speak. But if there was a man, he would be roundly criticized for having like maybe two partners. He would be set up that he is a fiend who runs around, who just pumps and dumps women, so to speak, if he had hundreds of partners like that. But this woman was saying the normal, it's my body, I can do what I want to do, that type of thing. But in my mind, it was not only the loss of the ability to bond with a man, it was more so the issue of STDs. And see, a lot of these women don't even talk about that. They just willy-nilly say that it's okay to have hundreds of partners, maybe thousands, during their sexual market value days, um, and but they don't mention again the loss of the ability to bond with a man and the high degree of contracting STDs. And on those 2 points, you could say again, when we men ask them about their partners, their past partners, they become very offended. And if we ask them if they have been tested for STDs, they get offended. They feel that we are shaming them, that type of thing. But on the other hand, they want to know everything about us. So if it was a man like me, she would want to know everything about my past partners, who I had sex with, that type of thing. If I had been tested for STDs, all that. And if I refused to tell her, she would immediately dump me. So in my mind, my brothers, that is a double standard. And it is a double standard that is based upon hypocrisy. Because again, how can you say in your right mind that it's okay to have hundreds of partners when you have two very important things that could happen to you, that can happen to you, and that will happen to you, most likely. The second being the STDs, the first being the loss of the ability to bond with a man. So when they get done with creating their mess, and they're running around looking for a good man, and where the good men are, and the good men are saying, hey, I'm not going to deal with that because you'll run through, they get upset. But again, that is number one. There are double standards. Number two, there are disloyalty, loyalty. My brothers, it is amazing to me how disloyal women are. It just really boggles my imagination how the women who have a man treat their men, and how disloyal they are to them. I'll give an example. I had to go by a T-Mobile store because T-Mobile had basically bought out Sprint, and so I had a Sprint phone, which they had been calling me every day and texting me every day. You need to get this phone on our network, blah blah blah. So when I went out to do some business, there was a T-Mobile store nearby where I needed to go. So I went by there. And immediately, when I got in the store, there was I believe she's Latina, catches me and begins the process of converting my phone from Sprint to T-Mobile. And during the course of the exchange, of course, she attempts to scam me, attempts to read me, all these types of things. Pull out my wallet, and okay, he's a good target. Then gets on the phone, and she's fumbling with my phone, and then she pulls up my contactless payment, my payment methods on my phone, all these things. Looks at all of my stuff on my phone, when in reality she didn't need to do that. Because my brothers, most of these phones, when you have to do a network exchange, something like that, actually get off of one network to go to another network, which that is called basically provisioning. Most of the newer phones have the capability to do that themselves. So basically, any phone from like maybe 2019 on, it has the capability, the software in it, to basically move the phone from one network to another, given that everything is okay with the carrier, given that the SIM card is properly scanned into the network, which is going to be associated with the phone, all those types of things. So something like that would just take maybe 5 minutes to do. But she began a process of fumbling with the phone. She's plugging all this stuff, and oh, I have to try this, I have to try that, or all this stuff, and she's going through my phone and all of that. And during the course of the exchange, I happened to look at her ring hand, and on her ring is a giant wedding ring. So she's married. And again, she's just fumbling with my phone, going through my phone. And then when again she sees the payment capabilities on my phone, she begins to hum. And all of which, my brothers, if that happens to you, if a woman begins to hover around you, hum, or she's like a agent for some kind of service center or something like that, and she's going through your stuff, and she begins to hum, and she begins to get kind of friendly with you, that's a very dangerous thing. But again, just getting back to what she was doing, she was humming and singing and all of this, and going through my phone, and just handing it back and forth to me, and which I avoided her trying to touch me, because one of the things that women will do when this is going on, they will take their pointer finger and kind of just brush against your hand when they're handing something back and forth to you, that type of thing. And when that happens, that's another way of women trying to read men. I'm trying to look into this thing, but I believe there's some kind of biochemical or bioelectrical exchange that goes on when a woman is trying to read a man and she touches him. So, but again, I'm looking into this, but I know it definitely happens. Women can read either through sight, they can read a man from behind, partially read him, and they can also read a man by touching him. But again, just getting back to what she was doing all this stuff. She was basically scoping me out when, again, she's married. And I don't know if she's a mother or not, but she's married. And basically, she was in the process of just trying to swap a SIM card on a phone, which took about 5 minutes. It should take about 5 minutes, which in actuality took her 15 minutes to do because she was holding me up in every way possible. She was being disloyal to her husband. And again, that, my brothers, it boggles my imagination that women emphatically demand loyalty from men, but they are unable, or not unable, but more so not willing to do so themselves. So when again they come calling for good men, we good men are saying, well, no, not going to have it because I can't trust you. Number 3, there are no wanting. So, my brothers, we all know of the things that women have said about us, the fish bicycle thing, all the things that they said about us that we're trash. We need to get out of the playground. We need to go on about our business. Just get out of here, that type of thing. So we know that women don't want us. They have said of us they don't want men. They don't want men in their lives. So again, there is that double standard thing going on. But every time I go in public, there's a woman there trying to get my attention, trying to talk to me, that type of thing. So I'll give an example. Went to a sub shop called Jimmy John's to get a sub the other day. And standing there at the counter, waiting for them to prepare my sub, which they're pretty fast about it. Woman struts in, a hot, young blonde, and immediately she sees me, begins to scan me. Like I'm on one end of the counter, and she's at the end where you make the order and everything. And instead of going in to read the sign, she steps out to look at me and to try to scan me and to try to get a read on me. So I'm standing there, and she's there trying to order stuff and trying to scan me at the same time and everything. And I'm just waiting for them to make my stuff. And I said, oh boy, here we go. Because I know she's going to try to block me or try to interfere with me when I try to get out of the store, because there's only one way to get out of that particular Jimmy John's. You have to go out the front exit. Unless it's an emergency, you can go out the back. But I know she's going to try to get my attention and everything. And sure enough, as I began to get myself, she's there, trying to, get my attention, smiling and everything. And she was a good-looking chick, about, I'd say 7, 8, maybe on the S&V scale. But I just walked on by and kept on going. And in my mind, there's a number of things going on. First of all, it is again, I enjoy my freedom as a MGTOW, and I see no reasoning in my mind to either cohabitate with or to marry women in this day and age. That's the first thing. Second thing, I don't know what she wants because, first of all, she's here. Here I am, a mixed race black Cherokee guy, and she's white, hot, young, blonde girl. And okay, what do you want with me? And am I going to be a side guy or am I going to be a primary guy? And overall, she's just giving me a chance with her. She's not looking for anything in terms of permanence or anything like that. She's not looking for to death do we part. She's looking for resources. So that's the other thing that's going through my mind. The next thing that's in my mind is that she won't let me have control as a man. She will rise up against me And that is no matter what color they are, she will rise up against me. And the moment I say, well, no, honey, we're not going to do that, and she wants to do it, it's going to be a conflict, and I could possibly wind up in jail. So, again, that's going on. And then finally, as an older MGTOW, I have been finding more and more that women are coming after me. And this is in particular if you kept yourself in shape, you kind of fix yourself up both physically and financially, and they can kind of scope out even when you kind of dressed up bummy, they can kind of scope out and sense who you are as a man, that you have potential as a target, as a good lockdown candidate. And basically what will happen is that as you age as a MGTOW, and if you're treating yourself like fine wine, you will find that you will be targeted more frequently. And that's the other thing that's going on in my mind. So again, here I am, I'm getting into my 65th year. And this woman, I guess she's maybe in her 20s or something like that. Again, what do you want with me? What is the thing that your goal? That's what I'm trying to say. What do you want? What do you want? And in my mind, she's looking for resources. She's not looking for love. So again, another hot blonde, and this has happened to me. This has happened to me a couple of times now, maybe more than a couple of times, but I just walked on by and kept on stepping. And again, with Tommy Lauren, with her Men Are Trash and everything, this was another woman that could run circles around Tommy Lauren in terms of her beauty. She was good looking, but again, the dangers, the loss that I could suffer, everything is too great for me to either cohabitate with or to marry women in this day and age. Number 4, there no listening. And my brothers, it goes like this. Women expect us men to listen to them. They expect us to not only listen to what they have to say, but to abide by what they have to say. They say that they don't need us. They say that they're brighter than us. They know more than us. So blah blah blah. But here's the situation. The other day, my mother has some electronics and some other things in her bedroom, and I told her that this is hooked up like this, so you can't turn off this switch. This is hooked up like this, so you can't turn off this power strip because that will cause this to go out. This will go out, and of course, I get called, and this is not working. That's not this. What would you do? And I'm like, well, I told you before that if you do this, that's going to happen. If you do that, that's going to happen. But see, in my family structure, again, because I'm quote unquote the dummy, they don't want to listen. But I'm expected to listen, like to my sister. I'm expected to listen to my sister and my mother, but they don't want to listen to me. And see, I'm the one in the family that has the technical expertise. I know about electronics. I know about a great deal of things, but we will do it our way and forget you when it comes to them. So basically, I'll just tell them and I'll just keep on going. But again, they get mad at me when they, again, do not follow the instructions that I give them. And they blame me. This is messing up, and I I can't do what I need to do. And I've noticed that with women, that they expect men to listen to them, to do what they ask them to do, to comply, to do all types of things, even to the extent of I've been told by women that I cannot tell them to not talk to me, that type of thing. They expect all these types of things, but yet they are unwilling to listen to men. So what I'm getting at is that, we have all these dating coaches running around. We have a problem. We have all these women now that are getting out and saying that we men must open up our hearts to them. We have to do all of this. We have to do blah blah blah. We have to do all these things, but yet they will not listen. And we men, we MGTOW men, the ones that have red pill, have been telling them what the problems are. This is what's going on. But there's a refusal to listen to us on the part of women. And furthermore, they keep regurgitating what they think the answers are instead of listening to men and saying, okay, we need to, as women, look in the mirror and deal with these problems. And see, that's what I'm getting at, my brothers, is the unwillingness to listen, but an expectation for men to listen to women. But overall, my brothers, these are just 4 personal observations I've had in my travels along the MGTOW road. And I will say this, it has only strengthened my resolve to remain upon the MGTOW road. Because when I look at things, my freedom is more important than bowing down in the slave pits of the feminist plantation state. My freedom, my peace, my sanctity, all of that is more important to me now. And it is more beneficial in every way possible, from spiritually to monetarily, for me as a man to remain a MGTOW and to go my way and be free. And it is more beneficial for me to daily take red pills, even though women say, well, you're just sick and you don't know what. It is more beneficial to me. I'd rather have my eyes open to the fire and see a way of escape than to have my eyes closed and be burnt alive. That's what I'm saying, my brothers. And that's what I would say to you, my brothers, is look at the things that they are doing, the women are doing. Take some personal observations and try to incorporate that into your daily regimen of red pills and your daily embracement of the MGTOW philosophy. And you will find, my brothers, again, that even though you may experience a pang of loneliness, that can be quickly washed away by the reality of your observations and the daily taking of red pills and the daily embracement of the MGTOW philosophy. My MGTOW brothers, it is important for you in this day and age to stay free. Because your freedom, as I've said over and over again, has an incalculable price to it. And your freedom has been afforded to you by the MGTOW philosophy itself. This is the MGTOW Infinium, and this has been an Infinium Free Talk. Now more than ever, my MGTOW brothers, stay safe, stay strong, stay on the MGTOW road, and remember, MGTOW is the liberation of men's minds. MGTOW cannot and will not be stopped.